Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the recognition. I want to talk today about important issues involving climate change going on all over America, all over this world. But today I want to talk about our urban communities. Global warming, in fact, is expected to increase the frequency and intensity of natural disasters like wildfires in the west, hurricanes, Sandy on the east coast, and to record drought conditions that continue for another year across the Midwest. But in urban areas, cities like D.C. or my own town of Minneapolis, the fact is that we have something known as an urban heat island. Now, urban heat islands are a serious problem because urban areas tend to have temperatures 5 to 20 degrees warmer than rural areas, which is known as the heat island effect. Heat islands are caused by a lack of natural vegetation, dark-colored, impervious roads and blacktops and concrete, and exhaust from vehicles and industry. As global temperatures increase, urban areas are warming at double the rate of the average global temperature. So this is a real serious issue. Heat islands drive people to increase their use of air conditioning, which of course has a vicious effect in terms of just increasing an already serious problem. In turn, increasing the air conditioning drives up energy costs and increases power plant emissions, which of course contributes to the heat island in the first place. These emissions not only contribute to global warming, they impact human health, increase emissions of carbon monoxide, mercury, and particulate matter leads to increased risks of heart attacks, strokes, and asthma. Now, particulate matter is very, very fine pieces that are emitted out of coal-fired coal plants that go into the air and come down, and we breathe that stuff in. The effect of this extreme heat in urban areas disproportionately affects some Americans as opposed to others. It affects anyone who lives in an urban area, but of course, given the populations of urban areas, it affects certain communities more, including communities of color, low-income communities, elderly. This housing segregation that we have in our country, in which you have this disproportionate numbers of some populations in urban areas, concentrates racial, ethnic minorities in dense environments, and that's why we see African Americans experiencing some of these heat-related hazards that have to do with everything from asthma and other sort of issues like that. Low-income, minority, elderly, less able to adapt and recover to these extreme climate events, yet are the communities most at risk from heat island effects and heat waves. These communities, already plagued by higher pollution than the wealthier white communities, coal plants, bus depots, trash incinerators, are all disproportionately located in these very areas I speak of now, and this heat island effect makes it all just worse. High energy costs of air conditioning, the inability to move into special heat wave disaster shelters increases risk. Urban minorities often have more underlying health issues, such as higher rates of asthma, as I mentioned before, which also creates susceptibility to increased pollutants in these heat islands. In 1995, Chicago heat wave killed more than 700 people over 5 days, mostly elderly people who couldn't escape. So the European heat wave in 2003 killed at least 30,000 people, although some estimates put that number as high as 70,000. Socioeconomic disparities will worsen through the health and economic effects of climate change. As global temperatures continue to rise, the heat waves in urban areas are increasing the frequency, duration, and intensity. The effect on my community, Minneapolis, and urban areas all over this country are experiencing. This is a serious issue. We have to focus on it. We have to do something about it, and the time is now. I want to thank the Safe Climate Caucus for organizing members to discuss this issue for the public today so that we can all come to a greater level of awareness about the true dangers of ignoring global climate change. I yield back. Thank you very much.